Hey, Theo, man. I really appreciate you doing these podcasts, man. I love it. You're really opening yourself to everybody, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you calling in, brother. Onward.
So the reason why I'm calling today is because I'd like a little bit of your advice. So I'm originally from America, of course, but I've been living in Thailand for the last 4 months.
Okay, you've been in Thailand. Now, a lot of people go to Thailand to do drugs and to do, sex parties and stuff. Also, nice beaches. Onward.
Uh, and I've been dating this woman here. She's not actually Thai. She's from Myanmar, but
He's dating a Myanmar woman from Myanmar. Fun to say. Fun to say that place, Myanmar.
I don't know. I had this infatuation with her for a bit. But today I ended that relationship, and I feel so much guilt, and I just want your advice about how you deal with, how you manage feeling guilty with the breakup. Because, we weren't dating long, and we had our fair number of issues for sure. But at the same time, I just feel so guilty. She didn't see it coming. It's not something she really, I don't know, man. It seemed like I kind of blindsided her. It seemed to me that we were having issues near the end, but now that I finally...
Excuse me. Okay, so you were having issues, and you broke up with her, and you feel bad about it. Okay, make sure I'm getting it all. It's almost the end of the call. Let's keep going.
Finally did it. Now that I finally ended it, I just feel so much guilt. I feel so bad for her. So I don't know if you put this on here. I've been kind of rambling a bit, but...
Okay, man, I'm going to stop you right there. It sounds like you're closing up. You are feeling guilt because you broke up with someone, right? I've been there, man. I feel you, dude. The hardest thing to do, really, is to be honest with somebody and let them go when you don't feel like it's a right fit. Some of the reasons why I feel guilty or have felt guilty in the past from my experience is that I was uncertain. I didn't trust myself. Even though I knew that it was the right move, I just didn't trust myself, man. I didn't feel confident in who I was, no matter what decision I was making. So to make a big choice, like to let somebody go that I had cared about at one time, at least decently, it sounds like you cared about this woman, it was very jarring afterwards. It's like you have returner's remorse a little bit. I think what you need to do is just trust your instincts. And the reason you probably feel bad is because I think one of the reasons could be that you actually cared. And that's okay. It would be more revealing if you didn't feel bad. Because then, did you really care? If it just goes on over your shoulder, then you didn't probably really care that much. But the fact that you care, dude, you miss her, you think about her. It was close to something that was probably really good or maybe perfect or maybe the timing isn't right now. But the fact that you stood up and said, this isn't going to work for me, will probably leave the availability for that in the future if you guys change, because you manned up, dude. The toughest thing to do is to fucking do what you got to do. You could have meddled around and texted here and texted there. I got girls I've probably been texting on and off with for 7 years. When I think about it, that I'm never going to meet up with. Ever. But we still what are you doing this week? What are you doing tonight? Maybe we can meet. Just because I'm afraid to cut ties, because I'm afraid to be confident that someone better is going to come to me. But it doesn't sound like that's what's going on with you. It just sounds like you cared and you're bummed and you cared about this girl and you don't want her feelings to hurt. And that's nice of you. It's nice that you can empathize with her, but you don't want to make it so that you hurting for her, you don't want to get kind of codependent like that, or oh, I feel so bad about what I did. I'm going to hurt for her as well. Like, just make sure you're not doing that, because that's kind of a place of, you putting yourself in like the center of the universe role where, everyone's feelings have to be, you have to feel everyone's feelings. You don't have to do that, just make sure that, it's just natural, comfortable, pain, discomfort, heartache. Those things are okay. It's weird that we got into this world these days where it's not okay to feel those, or it's not okay to inflict those on everybody. I think some of that goes back to the environment where everybody gets a trophy. We want to make everybody feel okay all the time. We're afraid to make others feel, almost really to make them feel. We're afraid to commit to love. We're afraid to commit to separation. So I commend you on being fearless about it, man. A while back, I met up with a girl, and we met for some pizza, a little bit of Italian, circle divided. And we spent time there chatting and eating, and it was nice. But then I realized immediately I didn't have the time to devote to getting to know her better. And I just, she checked in and I checked in. We said we had a nice time. But then I texted her and I said, I think you're great. I just don't have the time right now. It has nothing to do with you. I appreciate you hanging out with me. And it was probably one of the most adult things I'd done in a while, was just take responsibility, do what needed to be done. And even if she said, oh, I wasn't even thinking like that or whatever, that's fine. I'm just taking care of my side of my street so that my feelings aren't milling around with split ends, So anyway, I like what you're doing, man, and just feel that pain and feel what it feels like. Feel what it feels like to, you're not being a bad guy, but it's nice that you care, that you have some empathy and you concern for her feelings, and I think that's okay. It's tough because you probably want to check in and be like, are you all right? And this and that. But she's an adult, man. She's an adult and she'll be okay.